Let me plug myself in here. It's so great to be here, performing live at Hermann's. I think it's been over 7 months since I came into this building. They do a wonderful job, eh, folks? Let's give them a hand. They've been doing live stream and concerts here safely since April, and it's so well set up. It's my first time here in this room, and it's so well set up. It's so good. So we're gonna start off some tunes here, folks. I'm kind of doing it differently than normal. You have to kind of see my virtual band. They're behind me, and I'm using some backing tracks, and I'm going to start off with a set that's off an older album called Mélange, and it starts with some polkas, and it features Joe Phillips on bass. He's a great musician from London, Ontario, originally from Toronto, and we also have Adam Dobre's playing guitars. He's playing acoustic guitar, and also you hear the electric guitar as well. And the first tune actually is written for my daughter, Tamsin, who's here tonight. So great, yes. So we're going to play a tune. I wrote this when she was about 2.5 years old, and I think she still loves it. And we're going to play it for you. It's called Tamsin's Polka. We'll do that one into Polka O'Brien by Nathan Curry. And then we'll do another one I wrote many years ago when I first visited the East Coast, Newfoundland. And I dedicate it to the wonderful ice cubes that are floating by in June when I was there. So it's called Iceberg. Thank you very much. I think I'm getting too old for that track. It's a bit quick. Thank you very much, folks. That was a good way to start. I think I'm warmed up. The food is wonderful here too, folks. You have to order their food. The buffet, the cats organizing in the kitchen there is just amazing. I just had their buffet. And they're doing a wonderful job. So we're going to continue here with another track off this Mélange album. And it's a set of French tunes. And it was a special project I put together in 2008. I had a few grants, and I was able to write some music, and also just to organize the recording with many, many friends across Canada. And it was a real treat. So I was able to do a Québécois set with a wonderful accordion player. His name is Hermann. Excuse me, I'll just have a glass of water here. You think I was singing already too much, but it's a bit dry. So this set was put together with a good friend, accordion player. He plays the diatonic accordion, and in Quebec, it's one of these simple one-row accordions. They seem simple, but the way they play it's really amazing what they do with it. They put a lot of trills and intricate, lift to it, and also some style. And we're going to feature that on this next track, and it's two of the tunes by Hermann, the first and the last. It's called Il Carrefour, and he wrote it when he was organizing this festival called Carrefour Mondial de l'Accordéon. And it's a worldwide festival in Montmagny, Quebec. One of the best accordion festivals. I know accordion. You might say might be too much, but I'm the lone fiddle player there during the whole weekend. But it was amazing to see accordions from France, from Italy, from Ireland, and any reeded instrument is related to the accordion. So they had some other instruments featured as well as uilleann pipes as well. Anyways, we're going to play this, and then La Chette Fantôme I wrote. It's a tune. One time I was just leaving my bow, like I usually do, on the fiddle like this, and I let it rest. And for some reason, I was outside, and the wind was blowing, and the wind was blowing my bow on its own and whistling a tune. So I thought, the ghostly bow. So La Chette Fantôme was written, and then I wrote one for my good friend Joe Phillips, who was just playing bass earlier. And so it's called Riel à Joseph, and we'll finish with a Hermann Ouellet tune called Éolie. Yes. Trois, quatre. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Do you like French Canadian music, folks? Yeah, it makes you want to dance, eh? Makes me want to dance. It's so good to be here. Boy, just to see smiling faces. And, folks at home are probably listening in too. And let's all say hello, folks. Loud hello. Oh, you could do better than that. Louder. Hello. There you go. They're all shy in here. So do you like it the way I set it up? Just like a living room? It's my own lamp from home. And I thought I'd make it comfortable, especially for myself. And I haven't played for a while. It's just been too many months, and it feels good to play live. I miss the live band, but the band behind me is sounding pretty good, eh? What do you think? Give a hand to those guys too. Yeah. Thank you. So we're going to do a set of Mandorla, and that's with Adam Dobres. And we did release, I think, in January, February. I don't know if you heard the news, but that album was nominated for two Canadian Folk Music Awards for the instrumental and for World Group of the Year. So we're pretty proud of that. Thank you very much. And we also were nominated for the Canadian, I think it's if I can get it right, Western Canadian Music Awards for the instrumental album of the year. So we'll do a track off that. Actually, we're going to do two all in one medley tonight. We're going to do a couple jigs and a beautiful slow air. So you'll be ready for that when it comes. So here goes. Humours of Glendart and the banks of Loch Gowna, into a beautiful air that was written in the 1600s called Bruach na Caragaban. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Such a lovely melody, eh, folks? That's an old love song that I learned from the singing of Seamus Begley from County Kerry. And, it translated means by the edge of the White Rock. But it was written on the Blasket Islands, I guess for a couple on the Blasket Islands many, many years ago. And I just love the preserved antiquity of some of these melodies, But if you know Irish Gaelic and can read the transcription, it's a pretty poignant story there. We'll continue on here, and why don't we'll bring it up to tempo here. We'll bring up a 3/4 waltz, a quick waltz here that I love playing, and it was featured on that Melange album that I put in 2008. That's available on iTunes, folks. It's not available here tonight, but we do have Mandorla here. And by the way, folks at home who are listening, please go on to artsonview.ca // this way, I guess, on the screen, donate. So if you go to their website there, you can donate for the musicians, and then you can also click and donate as well. Go back and donate for the Hermann's Jazz Club as well. It's always great to support the venues that support the musicians. So we're going to play a tune that's local here, folks, and this is written by Daniel Lapp. You all know Daniel Lapp, the wonderful musician who played here just about 3 weeks ago. And we're going to play his tune here called When Leo Brown Waltzed Through Town. And Leo Brown was a guy that came from Ireland. He lived in Ottawa for many years. And he was a fiddle player. He was a composer of waltzes as well and tunes. And I remember him when I was living in Ottawa, and I met him when I was just a wee lad, 17 years old. And he would invite always the young people, girls and boys, just to come and learn off his collection. He'd have a great collection of Irish music. And but he would also show us some good Irish whiskey as well. So I learned how to drink some Irish whiskey when I was 17. But these great tunes that he would teach and show off these LPs were pretty amazing. And this tune really takes on some of his character. He was quite a great man. And Daniel Lapp actually met him, I guess, when he would come and visit him in Victoria here, because he would go visit his daughter as well. So Leo always comes in a room waltzing in, and a big man and a big heart. So it's called When Leo Brown Waltzed Through Town. One, two, three. Thank you very much, folks. What a lovely tune, eh? That Daniel wrote too. He writes a lot of great tunes, and he's definitely an influence for a lot of young fiddle players here in town. And I always admire hearing him play. Also, when he picks up his trumpet, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, let's continue on here. We're gonna do a set. So the folks featured on that last track was I don't know if you recognize Adam Dobre's playing again, and Joe Phillips on bass, and we had Nicholas Williams playing accordion featured on that track. And now we're gonna feature a bit of a musician that I really respect in Sudbury. He toured with my band for many years, and his name is Duncan Cameron, good Scottish name. And he's a multi-instrumentalist. He can sing, he can play all the instruments that you just throw at him, and he'll figure it out. So he plays the low whistle on this one. He plays the boron, I think. And he also plays the bouzouki on this, not all at the same time. But and then it features Joe Phillips as well on this one. So we're going to play it for you. It's a set of 3 jigs. Duncan wrote this one called The Yearning, and I love the title. It can mean so many things, just like us yearning for live performance even. And it has that feeling. So this one has a 3-part form, and we're going to do a tune I wrote called The Calm After the Storm. I know it's not the expression most people use. We always say the calm before the storm, right? I always feel that there's a calm after the storm as well. And, we're getting those winter storms kicking in now. But there's always this, there's a mess, but there's always a calm after that big blow. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do a tune that Duncan wrote called Trip to Thunder Bay, and that's where we used to live. We lived 20 years there. A wonderful community. But the wonderful hills and roads that we take especially from Sault Ste. Marie all the way to Thunder Bay. Pretty beautiful scenery there at the Lake Superior. So this tune really is a happy, windy kind of tune. So we'll play that for you too. Thank you very much. Did you like that one? Yeah, it was also featured, I forgot, James Stevens as well, playing viola at the end, and you can hear his voices as well. And James was my Ottawa, when I lived there, my Ottawa engineer who recorded 6 of my albums that are available on iTunes now, but he, great musician, great friend. And the one that we did here with Adam, we had Adrian Dolan as our engineer, so our BC, my BC, recording engineer now. Folks, I think we'll do one more, and I need a little bit of a break. I just a little dry, but we'll do one more set. We'll just take a wee break, not very long, but again, you can check out the donation website that's going to be on the screen during the break. And it'll give a chance to sell some CDs. There's a few over there, folks. If you feel like it, I can wear a mask and we can sign some CDs and just take just a 5-minute break after this wonderful set we're going to do here. It's called the Berber Tune. It's an Algerian, traditional Algerian tune that I learned from Nathan Curry, who was my bandmate for many years. And he'd go visit an Algerian cafe in Montreal and learn these great traditional tunes. Never got the titles of them, but he would teach us these, and he simply calls them the Berber tunes. So we'll do one of these, and I recorded this with Adam Dobres, and we recorded with some Irish, contemporary Irish polkas, 2 of them. The second tune is by Steve Cooney. He's Australian who lived in Ireland, and he still lives there. He's been there for over 30 years and influenced a lot of great Irish musicians and recorded them, and also plays great guitar. Actually, he just won the Lifetime Achievement Award with one of the prestigious groups, TG4 in Ireland. So that's great that he's won that. So we're going to do his tune called Blue Fiddle. He wrote that for a fiddle player. And then we'll finish up that set with another contemporary Irish tune called Trip to Dingle by Alan Kelly. you very much. Merci beaucoup. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Cheers, folks. Hello, folks. We're back. I think everything's on. Cameras are probably checking me out here, dropping my bow. So we're gonna start this second half with a couple tunes that they're in the style. I believe it's the style that I grew up with, and I call it the Ontario style, but it's the old time Canadian as well. And I'm a triplet. I don't know if you guys know that. Yeah. And the Schryer triplets used to play a lot together. There was Louis and Daniel, and myself. And my older brother, there was Raymond as well. My sister played piano, Julie. And we'd travel the country, and we'd go to these fiddle competitions throughout Ontario. My dad would work, double shifts at the mill plant and the Algoma steel plant just to have the Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And he'd work so hard, and he'd be so tired by Friday morning. He'd get all us in the van, and he would drive that 8 hour to get to these competition because everything was far from Sault Ste. Marie. That's where we were born. Yeah, and it was really an amazing time. We learned a lot from each other. Because we learned also how to be, just do friendly rivalry, just friendly competition. It wasn't serious, but we did learn seriously from each other. And there's a lot of accuracy kind of playing that you have to get some precise playing in your repertoire and your technique as well. But we learned a lot from each other. It was a lot of fun. So we'll play kind of that. I wrote a tune in that style, and I actually dedicated it to Daniel Lapp, actually. I wrote it when I was here in 2005 visiting, and I was on Salt Spring, and I wrote him a tune. And it's called it's called Lapp's House of Music. Do you remember that? He used to run that school into downtown Victoria. That's where I first met Adam Dobres. And he was teaching young Quinn Bashan. Quinn was only 12 years old. So that's how I met the gang here from Victoria. So we'll play that tune for you, and then we'll do a tune that I used to compete with. It's called Whitefish in the Rapids, and we did take turns, folks. We took first, second, third. We were sharing the prize among the triplets. But when we got together, we had a lot of fun as well. We played a lot of 3-part harmony and a lot of good times. So here it is, Lapp's House of Music, Whitefish in the Rapids. so I would not have won that competition. But, yeah, so there you go. That's a lovely little tune that came from the Sault Ste. Marie area. And it was from the repertoire of René Coté, that last tune. Cool. We'll follow it with a set off the Mélange album again. And this features the great guitar playing of Ian Clark. And Ian's originally from Scotland, but he lives in Ottawa, and that's how I met him. And we're going to play kind of a set that I wrote kind of in the Cape Breton style. And we used to live out in the country. Do you remember that, Tamsin? That beautiful place on Mokuman Road, Kekabeka Falls. Do you know where that is, folks, near Thunder Bay? The Niagara of the North. They call it Kekabeka Falls. And, yeah, we lived out there. It was beautiful, on a 25-acre lot. And it was on a road called Mokuman Road. So I called this next tune Mokuman Road Strathspey. And then we, during that time, we were many members in that family. We had turtles, we had rabbits, we had even a lovebird. And that lovebird had a big character. And sometimes we'd let her fly around the room, and she'd land on my shoulder. She'd really bite really hard on my earlobe. But I still loved her. And one day she was just tweeting so loud that I was writing these tunes, and I said, come on, you got to stop. Her name's Lunar. And she was really just adamant to have these notes out, and she'd repeat these notes. And I said, okay. I give in. So I wrote this tune for her, the next tune, and it has a bit of that line that she was giving me. So it's called Lunar's Tune. And then we'll do one that I dedicate to Duncan Cameron, who the multi-instrumentalist who I mentioned earlier. And I call it Mr. Cameron's Bouzouki. I dedicate this to Nancy and Sylvia. So Tamsin's grandmother's here, and oh, Mary's here too. There you go. So Nancy lives in Scotland, and she just came to visit she traveled a while back ago, but she's staying put here, and she's enjoying the company, I hope. And we'll have a nice Christmas together. So yes, and so we'll dedicate this to Nancy Van Kirk and Sylvia, and it's an old Scottish air called. It's the longest title ever. I have to read it. It's by Neil Gow, written in the 1700s, and it's called Neil Gow's Lamentation for the Death of Esquire James Morey of Abercrombie. There you go. Let's see if I can remember the tune now. The tune doesn't go that long, I don't think, but here goes. Cheers. Thank you very much, folks. Now for something upbeat. We're going to play, if you're okay with some French tunes, Québécois tunes, cricket tunes. We're going to play, I'm going to play Fleur de Mandragore, which is a great tune written by Michel Bardelot. And this set was recorded with myself and Adam Dobris on mandorla. And they're known as cricket tunes. I think in Quebec they call it des airs tordus, and which means they're not really 8-bar phrases. They're more asymmetrical, meaning they're not meant for square dancing. They're really odd. Some parts are missing beats, some parts are added beats as well. So here I'm going to play one that I wrote in that same style. The second one is called Berthier-sur-Mer, and it's actually a little village near Quebec City. And we'll play those two for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. That's the intro for it. I think I got to get these back on, though. And then we can work with that. There we go. Take 2. Nope. Sorry. Try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. New Year pieces because they're coming out all the time. Folks, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming tonight. We're doing this all over again tomorrow. We've got a full house tomorrow, so no tickets left for tomorrow. But this is great. Great to be on tour. I'm going to be doing a little tour, just a wee tour, only up island and back. But I'm really excited to be playing live and having smiling faces. And it feels good, doesn't it, folks, to be in a room with people and playing music and live music and having a venue that supports all this. Thank you very much. I'm gonna play another set without these, if you don't mind. I'm gonna play some Irish tunes, if that's okay. Just improvise a bit. That's where I feel the most comfortable with. Is I couldn't do a whole night of fiddle solo, I don't think, but maybe I could. But we're gonna do a set of reels here and see where it goes. I think I'll start with a tune that I learned from some great Irish players. It's called Clavel Fancy. It's in G. I'll play it really slow. And it was on my first album, 1995, New Canadian Waltz album. And it's nice when I have friends that they learn the tunes off my old albums and they feature it on some of their brand new albums. Like Fretless featured this one tune. And it's so nice when they announce this tune learned off this old album that I always forget about. There's some good tunes on it. So so we'll play that for you, and then we'll play one that's Love at the Endings by Ed Reevy. And we'll see what happens at the end. I'll add another one, maybe. Cheers. Thank you. Yeah, I was missing the band there. But in Ireland, that's how they do it. They do a lot of that solo playing, and it's a really nice way to hear all the notes and hear the music and the soul of the tunes. I'm gonna play a waltz for you here now. We're gonna go back to a bit of French Canadian, if that's all right. We're gonna play La Valse des Jouets, which means the waltz of the toys. And yes, we'll play that for the French folks out there, les francophones. And we're gonna play this with Adam Dobry's featuring on guitar there. It goes like this. Talk amongst yourself for a second. I'm going to change the battery on this thing. It's dead. And I should have brought my glasses. Oh, we're on the break. That was a short break. Here goes. One, two, three. And again. Forgot these. I'll learn. Tamsin, I need your help. You think I haven't done this before. It's true. It's the first time. One, two, three. Thank you very much. Merci. I think we're at the end of the show, folks. We're going to do one more set. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I hope folks at home had a lot of great time. Again, the website for donations, folk, is artsonview.ca/donate. Thank you. Cheers. Here it is. It's a set off the album again, Wheels of the World. It's an Irish jig into a great tune by Ed Reevy, who I mentioned earlier, who wrote Love of the Endings. He wrote this one called John McGowan's. And then Steve Cooney, the Australian living in Ireland, who I mentioned earlier as well, wrote this wonderful tune called Skidoo. And I love the title, I love the tune, and I used to own one of those old Skidoos, snow machines. He did a documentary up north, and he was quite enamored by their vehicle up there, how it was used and how important it was for that culture up there. And so we'll finish off with that. And thank you very much. Let's give a hand to yourselves. Thank you.